Nerchio has a great chance on this map, definitely, because I mean this is a very macro heavy map, and usually if you're the more experienced player, I don't want to say that Feast is not experienced, but I mean the favorite here is definitely Nerchio. So I think the more notable player will do way better on a macro heavy map. But hey, I could be wrong. We're gonna see how these two gentlemen are gonna duke it out here.
And now, I would definitely say that in the competitive scene, I'm not as fluent with the European scene as you are, but I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb and say that Nerchio has been around at the top of the scene for a lot longer than Feast has.
Well, he's definitely notable. He's just definitely being commended for his results in various tournaments offline, and recently also online. So he hasn't been on online tournaments for a long time. But I think that changed with Gamescom, I believe. But yeah, so we see the pylons going down, so that's kind of indicative of the Forge Fast expand here for Feast, which is pretty standard.
I would definitely want him to try and get Nexus first, as Nerchio is not a cheesy player overall. And you can probably get away with it. It looks like he's not going to send out... Okay, he might actually send out the second probe to scout to the top right, just to make sure that there's no 6-pool or anything going on, and see if he can get away with canceling the Nexus and getting the Forge to get the Nexus first. But we'll see what he's going to be doing. Looks like he will scout with that second probe.
Yes. Now we see that Feast is actually going to go for Forge Fast Expand, going for the safer build. You have usually, if you want to go for Nexus first, you have to be scouting your enemy to know what kind of build order is safer. I mean, if they go for a faster pool, you can be in trouble really if you go for Nexus first. But yes, here we see that Feast will opt to go for that Forge.
Yep, and
first.
He doesn't cancel the Forge. The spawning pool is way too close to being done, so he'll probably get that Nexus down next, and then just work on progressing normally. And he does have a lot of options. That +2 Blinkstalker play was very well done. However, this map, it's going to be a little risky with the very large distance between the two players, and that proxy pylon could get sniped by the active Lings that Nerchio is very, very good with.
Yes, exactly. Now we have another pylon going down at the front of the base, and one pylon is probably going to go back to scout again to see what's going on there.
Yep. And now Lings are out, they're being active. Looks like a full set of 6 Lings was made, and Feast needs to pull back that probe right now after seeing all those Lings, and looks like he will be doing that. I'm kind of surprised he didn't try and hide it in the bottom right or something to be aggressive against Nerchio later.
I was thinking the same actually, because usually you want to hide your probe, to go for another round of scouting. But nice blocking there, just making sure the Lings cannot go into the base. Usually sometimes players tend to miss that, and when these Lings actually get into the base, they can do immense amounts of damage, not by damaging the probes, no, actually, but denying them from mining. And if you deny a couple of harvesters from mining, that is so much income you're missing out on, and that is damage on its own as well.
Yeah, I think it's around 40 minerals a minute or so that
exactly.
A single worker mines. And when you have 2 or 3 off the period for a full minute, you're missing out on essentially a full gateway or a full stock, or very, very important things that you would want to have.
And notice that Nerchio is just playing by the book, taking another expansion here, knowing that the opponent is going for that Forge Fast Expand, and that is usually what you want to do, is going for that third. But once again, you want to be cautious with that, because sometimes you can get over-eager and over-drawn too hard, and then you can get punished really hard. But we're going to see how Nerchio is going to transition from here on.
Yes, now, I just want to also note that Nerchio's energy in his queens is almost perfect. His main, just hit 27 energy in his queen, and he's immediately spawning his larva. That is just very, very solid Zerg mechanic gameplay right there.
Yep, double extractor being added here by Nerchio.
So this looks like a modified Spanichua opener, getting the extractors around 40, and not going for all of them, just content to use 2. Will probably get out his lair and metabolic boost in one of those orders. If he gets the lair first, could be indicative of some very strong and heavy Muta gameplay, but metabolic boost would be the safer one to get first.
Yes. Usually, if you want to go for the muted play, I think you'd get those double extractors sooner. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. We're gonna see. So we had one Zealot just scouting and then returning home right away.
Yeah, and actually, Feast, his cybernetic score is really far out there. That's really odd. If there's any kind of roach pressure, that could get taken out without any trouble.
And definitely, it is kind of odd. I'm guessing he's comfortable with this type of build order, you know, because, I mean, various numbers of players have different types of build orders, different cities, and that's how they actually play the game and feel comfortable with. Let's take a look here. Right now, you can see that the harvester numbers are equal.
Yep, they are both... actually, no, it's actually just been to Nerchio's favor. He's been droning a lot. If you can see in the production tab, he's got 5 more coming along the way. And he is getting the metabolic boost before that layer. Evo Chamber is also out, so he's going to be able to get out both Spore Crawlers and upgrades for his units.
Indeed. Now the Roach Run is halfway done. That is... Of course, very necessary as well. Now, one thing I wanted to note about Zerg players is sometimes they tend to skip like production buildings, you know, and as a Zerg player, you only need 1 production building in order to make a set of units. So you just may want to make sure you have a whole bunch of production buildings. Just when the time comes when you need those units, you can actually produce them right away instead of just waiting for the production time. Because, I mean, you have to, like, use the beneficiary of your race, you know, and that's basically very beneficial for Zerg players, just having 1 production building and then going for those sets of units.
Yep, and now we are watching as Carapace is being upgraded for Nerchio. Before anything else, you could be emphasizing these lings and trying to keep them alive to any Zerglings or Zealots with +1 attack. We can see that the 3rd wants to be taken by Feast. But now the wings are going to run into that, basically get a full surround. They can actually pick off a lot of those sentries.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so bad. But it looks like the sentries might have gotten good enough. No, there are lings still inside there. Sentries are being picked off.
A couple of links there, but the sentries took heavy damage. Now it needs to be careful. 1 sentry being picked off, another one going down. Oh my god, only 3 sentries remaining. That was a pretty nice attack. That was a very nice attack. The first set of force fields were nicely put, but they were not enough.
Yeah, now this is going to delay this 3rd even longer for Feast, but still, a 10.5 minute 3rd base is very good timing. It's a very safe way to go for it. Feast does have multiple observers on the field to scout everything that Nerchio is going for, but Nerchio is definitely going to be emphasizing the Roach play, it seems, but the Spire is almost done, so he is going to be going for some kind of muted play. He's got every single extractor there, so
now,
this is... What?
Yes, exactly. We see another hatchery going down. Now, one thing I love to note about Zerg players going for a certain type of build order is they love to go for a muted play where they force the opponent to go for heavy anti-air, and then they come with a really strong Roach army. But we're going to see if he's going to actually opt to go for that. A nice wall off here with a lot of gateways.
Yeah, this is very, very strong and beefy wall. It can stand up for a lot of abuse. Kind of surprised that Feast hasn't thrown down a cannon or 2. He's just sticking with Stalkers, trying to be as efficient as you can with his units to make sure you can defend that respect. But Blink is almost done, which would be very good for defending against the Mutas, which are now out. So far, we have just 10 in the middle of the field. 2 more are being produced, and we're going to start seeing some harassment taking place. The Stalkers are not in a great position, and this could... oh, wait, the Observer there is going to see those Mutas. And now we're going to watch as the army is just now being pulled.
Muta's coming into the play, picking off a couple of drones here, but being chased away. Not before picking off a couple of Stalkers as well.
Yeah, very nice job. He targeted the one that was being warped in just to make sure that he could get double damage and guarantee a kill.
Exactly. And at the same time, we see a whole bunch of links, a whole flock of links here attacking. Oh my god, a lot of probes going down. These Stalker are taking heavy damage as well. And now the Mutas are coming into the play, and he is losing so many units right now. Oh my god, and look at the supply difference already.
Look at the Nexus dying.
Wait. Yes, that's just really terrible. It's way in favor of Nerchio.
Alright, and now this goes back to Feast skipping on the defense, trying to use units instead of cannons to be safe, and he really paid for it just now. And now we're seeing even more probes getting down. The kill count of probes is now up to 29. That is a huge blow. 54 probes are left to 94 drones.
Oh my god.
Wow, Nerchio has been getting out so many drones.
Definitely. And right now we have like 54 against 92. Oh my god, that's indeed a lot. But you see that he's really continuously building those touch. And at the same time, we had another little engagement here at the middle. And I love what Feast is doing. He's actually trying to go for the engagement here. He has to decide to battle himself and not let the enemy come to him, because that's going to be important. There are no spine crawlers at the door of Nerchio whatsoever, so that's going to be really important here. And I am not really sure how this is going to go here.
Yeah, by the way, the armies are basically even with their food counts because of the drone differential.
Yes.
And
well,
now
it's actually slightly in favor of Feast, and I just don't know how this is going to go for Nerchio.
But
Feast is doing an
Banelings...
amazing job. A lot of Banelings coming into the fray. Nice force fields. Oh my god.
Very nice force fields. But they are going to move in. More forces get thrown down. Looks like actually Feast might be able to win this battle. Mutas are not beefy engagement units. They are finesse harassment units.
No.
And Feast just attacking.
Mutas are meant as harassment units. Mutas are meant to contain your opponent and not to engage like one-on-one. And Feast is being so smart. He actually has +2/+1 attacking already. Really smart play here by Feast.
This is really solid play. Nerchio's got those bottom right bases. That's helping him a lot, even though he's taking a lot of damage. He's got that larva available to produce. You can see him saving his drones. He's reproducing his spawning pool down there, but that's actually going to be in range of those stalkers once they start moving down.
Yes, you know, one thing about Zerg players is that when you're a Zerg player, when you're spawning units, if you're being attacked like this, your units are going to come from left and right, and that gives your opponent the opportunity to actually pick them off. So that's going to make them that much more useless, and that is one thing to... This is exactly what I mean. The units are being picked off, and that's really bad. Yeah. Oh my god, the lair is going to go down as well. At the same time, we have a whole... huge attack here with a lot of units and links, and counter attack here by Nerchio. A lot of Banelings coming into the fray as well. The Nexus going down, but how is Feast going to defend this? Is he going to go back home, or...
Well, if you look at the position that Nerchio is in, he's got hatcheries riddled across the map, even at the bottom right third base next to those rocks, just to try and have a weird spot. He's reproducing his spire, he's re-getting a Baneling nest, his spawning pool is allowed to finish at that mid-right base, so Nerchio can still continue to produce. He just took down that third base, and honestly, he can just pull back, defend, try and whittle down the army of Feast in this position, because Feast no longer has a solid base of income because his main is natural or almost mined out.
That is very true, and at the same time, more and more units come. Oh my god, nice surround, and these force fields are helping him so much, but how much is he going to help, really? I'm not really sure. There are just way too many links right now, and this army is being pushed back really nicely here. Even drones coming into the attack, and is this going to be enough? More Stalkers coming in. I fear Nerchio doesn't have this game, really. I think this is going to be really bad. He lost a lot of units.
I think with that bottom right structures and everything, Nerchio still has a little bit of income. He only has 36 drones, but he's losing more drones now. But the Roach Warren, Evo Chamber are going to be falling, and Feast has been microing it so well. Nerchio has been in a better position for the majority of this game, but now Feast is re-expanding to his third, and he can distance mine there, but Nerchio does have a lot of bases around the map.
I love what Feast is actually doing. He went in for the timing attack before Nerchio was getting way too big a flock of lings and mutas, because usually that's the build order you go now, having a set of mutas, trying to contain your opponent and preventing them from coming out of their base. Meanwhile, you're taking a lot of units, but at the same time, Nerchio is knocking on Feast's door, attacking here with a whole bunch of lings and mutas. Mutas going raining havoc upon these probes, and a couple of probes being picked off here.
There's the blink.
Oh my god.
But also the muted count is down to 15 for this group that's running around and harassing. That's not the most mutas ever. Feast has got so many blink stalkers.
Yes.
But he just blinked away, and now he's going to be able to hit those mineral line and kill more probes.
Oh my god, yeah, he needs to be really careful. At the same time, he needs to go attack and not let him macro back up again, because he's in such a strong position right now. But it looks like Nerchio's food supply is actually higher than Feast's, so the longer this game goes on, the more time Nerchio is going to have to come back. And he has a whole flock of Zerglings, and these Zerglings are going to be so powerful.
Yeah, there's 110 Zerglings on the field,
Oh
20
my God.
mutas. This is literally the ideal army composition he has the
Yeah,
access
he doesn't
to.
have sentries, and this is gonna be it for Feast. Oh my God, a couple of force fields going down, and he is trapped. He's gonna lose all of these units. This is gonna be tremendously bad for Feast. He moved out onto the field, battlefield, and this is what happens, you know, when there are a lot of links. Oh my God. Is this gonna be it or not? I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, this
he's
is
holding off pretty well, but he just does not seem to have enough supply.
He's doing the perfect army management he can in this position. He's using those tiny chokes, making sure the Lings can't get a full surround. He's holding on for dear life, but once again, it boils down to those bottom right bases that Nerchio has, that income that he's able to have, the production capabilities he has with all those larvae, and the fact that he kept on killing that third base of Feast, and he's going in once again to put some pressure on this, and this could really be it.
Yeah, this could definitely be it. You know, I feel like Feast really overcommitted on those stalkers. He had a really nice army composition, but what you want to do from here? He already has a Twilight Council. You need Archons and Storms. You know, the Storms are so perfect against the army composition of Nerchio. I mean, the Lings die instantaneously, and Mutas are really bad against Storms as well. So I feel like if he just had another take building, added a couple of High Templars as well as an Archon or two, this fight could have gone way more different.
Yeah, and actually the thing to note is the upgrades. What Feast has is the armor upgrades. He's got +3 armor upgrades. He's trying to keep his units alive. He's not focusing on DPS. If he had one more attack upgrade and even mixing some charge lots or something, that would be a great thing. But his stalkers are just not dying. There's so much
death. Big attack. There he goes. No GG, just leaving the game like that. Nerchio taking this series 2-0, guys. Feast is out of the tournament just like that. Nerchio very well done there, and that's going to be it for Nerchio. I mean, for Feast actually, well, for Nerchio as well, because it's the best of 3, and that Nerchio, congratulations to Nerchio for taking that